369-1810 or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
All right, 9 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday. It looks like a beautiful day. There is no mention of rain in today's forecast. Temperatures right now, 83 degrees. Expected to climb to 91 today. And gosh, that's great news, isn't it? Just feels good. October 1st is only about 3 weeks away. And I wanted to tell you about a fall plant sale that the Marion County Master Gardeners are inviting you to. This is going to be in the morning from 8 a.m. until noon. And this is over at the Extension office on Northeast Jacksonville Road. I'll give you the address in just a second. If you have ever listened to Carol Ann Bolden on Tuesdays, then you're probably familiar with the great work that they do over at the Extension Service and the Master Gardeners in general. And the fall plant sale is something you don't want to miss if you're looking for some new plants for your yard, for your garden, for your even for your indoor plant needs. In addition to plants, they have other items as well. And I want to give you kind of a quick rundown. So they have fruit trees, ornamental trees, shade trees, and shrubs. They're all going to be for sale. It's free, and not the plants aren't free, but the admission is free to the event. They have native plants, herbs and perennials, pollinator plants, butterfly attractors, hummingbird attractors, and something called sorrel plants. Don't ask me about it. I'm just reading from the list. And they also have rain barrels, collect rain, and that we have a lot of rainwater. Some people swear by rainwater being preferable to city water or well water. They'll be selling Melaleuca mulch, micro irrigation supplies, garden publications, things that'll help you understand better what you should be doing. They have the Master Gardeners there for consultation. If you do have a direct question, then one of them can help you. I believe Carol Ann Baldwin will be one of those Master Gardeners. There'll be a mobile plant clinic on site. And a soil test kit available as well. A lot of people want to know what the pH is of their soil, and that's what that test kit can help you with. And the South Oaks 4-H will be there to provide tote service. I think Carol Ann called them Rent-A-Kid. But anyway, it's all happening October 1st, which is a Saturday. It'll be from 8 a.m. till noon. They ask that you do not bring your pets, of course, unless it's a service animal. And the address is 2232 Northeast Jacksonville Road here in Ocala, and this is at the Marion County University of Florida IFAS Extension office. That's where the plant sale will be. The phone number for more information is 671-8400. All right, we will take a little break. We do have a guest scheduled to be on the air with us. I don't know if there's a problem. Be Your Best Boss is the name of the book that William Seagraves wrote. Reinvent yourself from employee to entrepreneur. If you've ever wanted to go into business for yourself and you wanted some tips on how to make that transition a little smoother, that's what that book is about. Hopefully we'll have him on when we come back. Otherwise, we'll see you on the other side of the break. This is The Source, WOCA.
You can't put it off any longer. It's time to replace your home's AC system.
The answer is ACEsolvesItAll.com and an exceptionally efficient AC system. Let the pros at A show you how you can save on energy monthly and give your family added comfort. The great thing is that ACEsolvesItAll.com is on call 7 to 7, 7 days a week at no extra charge.
For a limited time, mention WOCA and get a special discount.
Call 877-765-4ACE or ACEsolvesItAll.com.
Cookies, 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 cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. King Cookie in the Paddock Mall in Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. So next time you're in the mall, stop by King Cookie or call 352-237-2557. KingCookieOcala.com. Customized cookies, cakes, and more. King Cookie.
Eating cookies, we're so happy eating cookies. Cookies!
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Partly sunny on this Wednesday, the high 88 to 92. The mainly clear Wednesday night, lows in the upper 60s and a few inland spots, about 75 along the coast. Sunshine mixing with clouds on Thursday. There can be a thunderstorm around from late morning on, the high 88 to 92. Friday, clouds and sun with a thunderstorm or two in the afternoon, the high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Looking to put your money to work? Florida Credit Union has a CD special, 25 months for 1.41% APY with a $10,000 minimum. Federally insured by the NCUA, a government agency. These rates effective through September 15th, subject to change at any time. Visit one of Florida Credit Union's convenient locations today or their website, flcu.org, or call 352-237-8222. Don't miss this 25-month CD special. Again, the APY is 1.41%. Act now.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Cookies, 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 cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. King Cookie in the Paddock Mall in Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. So next time you're in the mall, stop by King Cookie or call 352-237-2557. KingCookieOcala.com. Customized cookies, cakes, and more. King Cookie.
Eating cookies. We're so happy eating cookies. Cookies!
All right, 16 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday. Tonight there is a candidates forum for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump to engage in conversation, not with each other, but with Matt Lauer from the Today Show from NBC. So the event is at 8 o'clock, and let me tell you about this. NBC and MSNBC will simulcast what they're calling a Commander-in-Chief Forum. It's probably one of the most important jobs of a president, is the role of Commander-in-Chief. This is being presented by the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. They're not calling this a debate. This is a forum. Both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are scheduled to take questions. They will not be physically on the same stage, but they'll be on the same program. They are taking questions back to back about national security. Veterans issues are also in the mix. It says Matt Lauer will be the journalist, the host, I guess you would say. But members of the audience and veterans and current service members will also be asking questions. And so let me read you what the New York Times says about this. They will not appear together. The first debate actually isn't until September, 28th, I think? Hold on, I'll find it in a second. You happen to remember? No? Okay. September 26th. September 26th is the first actual debate. But tonight, in a way, it's a debate of sorts. Whatever you call it, it's still two people with two different sets of ideas on what should be done or will be done if he or she becomes the president. Let's see. They will take turns fielding questions on national security and veterans issues, offering the clearest opportunity yet for you and I as Americans to compare Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, at least based on what they say tonight. After weeks of scripted speeches, the Commander-in-Chief Forum will force both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton to think on their feet. The event will be held in New York and broadcast at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC and MSNBC. It will be moderated by Matt Lauer from the Today Show, and the forum comes as polls show a tightening race between the two candidates. National security is an issue of serious concern as we come up on the anniversary of September 11th. We remember how easily our security can be threatened. Mr. Trump is widely viewed as the better candidate to tackle the threat of terrorism, but voter surveys show lingering skepticism about his temperament. But Mrs. Clinton's foreign policy experience is hard to dispute. The Trump campaign has cast her as someone who cannot be trusted to protect state secrets. Mr. Trump has hammered her for carelessly handling classified information as Secretary of State, and I'm sure you've heard all the arguments. So we enter into this forum as viewers and as listeners with all of those things on our minds, where anybody who's paying attention to this knows all of those things. Donald Trump, for his part, has vowed to bolster the military and protect America's veterans. There was a story just this morning that said if he's elected, that within 30 days after taking the office, he will have a plan to get rid of ISIS, and we would be done with that. We'd have another problem to deal with then. He agreed some of them, let's see, Mr. Trump has vowed to protect America's veterans, but he also angered some of the veterans last month by confronting the parents of a Muslim American soldier killed by a suicide bomber in Iraq, and by denigrating the military service of Senator John McCain, as you remember, calling him not a war hero, which was many mistakes that we pointed out that Donald Trump has made. Don't really show favoritism. We might, at times. There's been times when I've agreed with both of them. And there's been times when I've disagreed with a lot of what they've both said. Even the other two candidates, Jill Stein and she's the Green Party, and who's the?
I can't remember his name.
He's running ads on Glenn Beck's show now.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that.
After the second episode, the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans for America called on Mr. Trump to apologize to veterans across the country. Mr. Trump has been working to improve his standing with members of the military. This week, he said that he had received endorsements from nearly 90 military figures, and that that his candidacy provided an important opportunity for national security, of course, a correction. The local candidates that we elected in the local elections, the people who won the election last Tuesday, was it just a week ago?
Yeah.
If you paid attention to what they were doing in the years prior to running for office, it seems like the ones that were closely associated with our veterans organizations right here in Ocala are the ones who got elected.
Yes.
That's not to say that the others who didn't win were not veteran friendly. But it seems to me that I had seen the candidates that won at a lot of veterans functions, even before they announced their candidacies.
Yes,
so they were clearly already supporting veterans. I don't think they just jumped on board because it was the smart thing to do. I think, and veterans, oh my gosh, we're all smarter than that. So
yeah, you're not kidding. We know.
The veterans group is considered one of the most important voting blocks in this country because veterans typically vote. Veterans typically vote. You can try to campaign to the younger voters, and that's a good thing because you want young people to be involved in this nation. But only about 40% of young voters vote. That would be college-age students we're talking about. 40%.
Isn't that something?
I wonder if that's going to change this time because of the big publicity surrounding this particular election.
I hope so. I hope it changes, and then people will start to. This will be a good year. Get in the general election, and then just be sure to visit the local elections in the following years. Those are important.
Veterans are a crucial voting bloc around the country, especially in Florida, North Carolina, and Virginia. While veterans and active duty personnel historically lean Republican, data collected by the association on its members suggests that the fastest growing segment of post 911 veterans may be those registered as independents. Really? Although both candidates generally played it safe last month, sticking to speeches and fundraisers, they appear to be showing a growing willingness to face voters directly in the final 2 months of the campaign, which is what they should have been doing all along.
Of course.
Questions about pay for military members housing allowances, and fixing the Department of Veterans Affairs is expected to be top of mind. It'll be interesting to see and hear what the answers are. It's going to be an interesting show tomorrow because we'll make sure we have all of this information to kind of hash about in the morning show tomorrow. Who goes first is going to be determined by a toss of a coin.
Gosh.
Oh, and it's already been done. Okay, a coin toss determined that Mrs. Clinton would take questions first.
Like a sporting event.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. I didn't know they already did it. So they already did the coin toss, and Hillary is going to be answering first.
Okay, good.
I think they should ask him so they can't hear each other. I don't know. What do you think?
I think so. I think they should each be in a soundproof booth, and the one person will, as long as they stick to answering the question and not attacking their opponent and saying what they're not doing instead of what should be done. That's just it. Those political candidates, this is an opportunity for them to express their views. And gosh, they have got to.
What is the most important? I say some of the things that they throw into the presidential debates are not really something most Americans really care about a president having an opinion on.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they shouldn't have an opinion, but most Americans want to know: are we going to be safe?
Exactly.
Are we going to be safe? Are there going to be jobs? Are we going to have a deteriorating infrastructure, or are we going to do something about fixing that? Donald Trump has pointed out how he's embarrassed by the two major airports in New York, Kennedy and LaGuardia.
Right.
He's embarrassed by them. He says he goes to airports in Europe and they're up state of the art. And meanwhile, we've got 1970 style airports up there.
Yeah.
Which he's telling the truth, you know. But I would think that that's a state thing, not a federal thing. But anyway, that's what we want, right? Do we care if a president is in favor or against gender-neutral bathrooms?
No.
I can't imagine that being an issue that is really important to people.
No.
As far as the president is concerned. It's the one thing that always boggles my mind is that we ask the candidates running for a specific office, what do you think about fill in the blank? And it may have nothing to do with the job that they have at hand. For example, a county commissioner being asked about abortion. Well, they're not going to make a decision about that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So we do that all the time. Well, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, you have to have, and those are the three important points that the president should be concerned with.
And the fact that the veterans are going to be asking these questions is really cool.
It is.
So that's tonight. NBC and MSNBC are simulcasting this. I don't know if you'll be able to watch it streaming on the internet. And I probably am only talking to myself when I say that because I'm probably the only one who doesn't have TV.
Well, and I have the very basic cable there is. So, I mean, I miss a lot of that stuff.
So you have NBC?
I don't pay for that stuff.
So you must have NBC?
Yeah, I do have NBC on that. But I think the fourth point is veteran care for hospitals for their health. Now, that's the fourth most important point. The veteran shouldn't have to wait. The veteran shouldn't have to do anything. They get in there right away. So those are the four super.
And what have we seen here? What have we seen here in our county? We have seen here in our county is that our local veterans, Hank Whittier at the helm of the Veterans Helping Veterans program, Hank Whittier,
Dr. Martin
11, 12 years ago. Yeah, but I want to go back to something. Hank Whittier made the smart move to, I don't know how long he started Vets Helping Vets. It was a long time ago. But about 12 years ago or so, he came into WOCA because we had invited Hank to come in and talk to us about Vets Helping Vets. And he saw the power of radio. He saw how radio really does connect with people out there. And he had people calling him after those appearances on our show. Then he went to Tish Moeller, who was the station manager at that time. And he said, we'd like to do our own show. And that, ever since then, we've had a show every Thursday called Veterans News.
Yep.
And what has that done? It has done two things. It has given a mouthpiece to the vets so that they could talk about local issues. And I can remember when they first started that Hank was really, really had some strong opinions against the inadequacies of the VA clinic at that time. And I think by talking about it, things got fixed. Things were changed. The wait time was less. Some of those complaints you heard on a national level did not apply anymore to our local VA.
No, you're correct.
And I truly believe it's because they worked together. You know, they were working together. They were understanding each other's needs. It wasn't a matter of being antagonistic toward one another. It was a matter of simply saying, this is what we need and this is what we don't have, and et cetera, et cetera. And everybody was working together to make sure we had the best system possible. And I truly think that Hank and his guys, and now they're getting ready. I just saw a photograph this morning that Jinky put on there.
Jinky Diaz.
Thank you. I always forget her last name. Just to show the new building that they're moving into. So, I mean, I'm proud of the role, the part that WOCA has had in helping the veterans community in our town.
No, very proud.
And anyway, so the debate dates for the presidential campaigns are September 26th, October 4th, October 9th, and October 19th.
Wow.
I think that's all of them.
Gosh.
But tonight there's a forum. They're not calling it a debate. So be sure to tune in, and we'll be doing our best to recap and hash it about tomorrow. We'll be looking forward to you all participating in that. All right, let's take a little break. We've got a show coming up to help you learn about getting some new windows from our friends over
Renewal by Andersen.
Renewal by Andersen. Thank you. We will be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Donald Trump speaking shortly about our military ahead of an appearance at the Commander-in-Chief Forum tonight, which Hillary Clinton will also attend. Fox's John Roberts is in Philadelphia.
Here's some of what Donald Trump will say at 11 o'clock this morning. Immediately after taking office, I'll ask my generals to present me with a plan within 30 days to defeat and destroy ISIS. That's kind of been out there, but some of what has not been follows. As soon as I take office, I'll ask Congress to fully eliminate the defense sequester, and we'll submit a new budget to rebuild our military.
His rival out with some of her endorsements.
Clinton says she has more generals and admirals backing her campaign than Donald Trump has. The Clinton campaign released a list of 95 generals and admirals who have endorsed her, including some four-star generals.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. Terror investigation underway in France after tear gas canisters are found in a car parked near Notre Dame Cathedral. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Psst. Hey, it's me, your car. No, it's not the voice of your car phone or your GPS that gives you driving directions. I'm sorry to interrupt your tunes, but we need to talk. Take a look around. I'm not the new car I used to be. The season's dirt and mud really did a number on my carpet here. And that iced coffee you spilled, that didn't help. And with the rain showers and all, I know it's going to be a real mud bath in here. So do me a favor and get a set of WeatherTech floor liners. Got it? Now, how about a wash and detail? What do you say?
WeatherTech floor liners and cargo liners keep your vehicle's carpet safe from spills and messes. Made of the highest quality materials and laser measured, WeatherTech floor liners are specifically designed for your vehicle. And they're made in America. If it could talk, your vehicle would thank you. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech. Complete protection, completely American made.
Central Florida Eye Institute is the area's leader in laser vision correction. From high-definition refraction surgery and LASIK vision correction to custom cataract, glaucoma, and diabetic treatment, you can count on Dr. Crowley and his effective, friendly staff to provide you with the quality care you deserve. Call 352-237-8400 for an appointment or more information. That number again is 352-237-8400. Looking forward to service your vision needs.
Highland Memorial Park is known for being the most beautiful and family-oriented cemetery around. They're continually building eye-catching features that make the park stand out. They also offer a wide variety of pre-planning services to bring peace of mind to your loved ones. With nearly 70% of us being cremated here in Ocala, Highland wants you to be aware of how much money can be saved. A man and wife can save thousands of dollars with cremation and still have a remarkably peaceful and dignified burial. Whether your choice would be in ground or above ground, you owe it to yourself and your family to see how much money, time, and grief you can save by taking care of this now. Call today to get the answers to your questions and see if cremation is right right for you. Call 352-369-1020. That's 352-369-1020. And when you set an appointment and both husband and wife tour Highland, we'll give you a gift certificate to the Brooklyn Backyard Restaurant. Call Highland today, 352-369-1020.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Your super minty toothpaste could be keeping you awake. Mint stimulates our alertness and energy, so consider brushing with something like baking soda. If your new date goes out of their way to show respect to you, yet argues with every receptionist and valet and restaurant server, that's a red flag for what's going to happen later with you. If you want to improve your cognitive function, take a walk in nature.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Partly sunny on this Wednesday, the high 88 to 92. The mainly clear Wednesday night, lows in the upper 60s and a few inland spots, about 75 along the coast. Sunshine mixing with clouds on Thursday. There can be a thunderstorm around from late morning on, the high 88 to 92. Friday, clouds and sun with a thunderstorm or two in the afternoon, the high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
WOCA. AM 1370. 96.3. 96.3.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala.
Welcome to the Renewal Home Show, bringing you expert advice for home improvements and energy efficiency. And now, here's your host, Jared Mellick.
Hello and welcome back. That is right. It is the Renewal Home Show. Hope you are having a great day today. My name is Jared Mellick, and I'm joined today by Jim Sellers. He's the Director of Sales for Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. How are you today, my friend?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and talk about some things we can do to improve our homes.
That's right. Today we are talking about curb appeal. We're going to tell you 5 ways to increase the curb appeal at your home. You're not going to want to miss it. Plus, coming up a little bit later on in the show, you're going to find out a special that Renewal by Andersen is offering to all of our listeners. It is phenomenal. You're not going to want to miss it. So please continue to listen to the Renewal Home Show. Okay, so, our home is our castle. It's the place where we go. It's the largest investment that most of us are going to make throughout our lives. And taking care of it is an important thing. Now, Jim, both you and I are general contractors. We've been in construction a long time, and we know about home improvement, and we know about construction. Well, today we're going to give our listeners the 5 things that they should do to increase the curb appeal of their home. Now, why is curb appeal important?
Well, one of the things is it just signifies how much pride you take in your home. It kind of caps off all of the hard work that you do. You work so hard to be able to purchase this to kind of fulfill the American dream, and to keep proper curb appeal really just speaks to how much you love and how hard you've worked to achieve that goal.
There's some pride in it. I know that when I pull up to my house and it looks good, I pump up my chest when I pull in the driveway, and I sit there and I'm like, yeah, this is my castle. But yet there's times where I've pulled in my front yard and the curb appeal's not so great, and I'm like, I hope nobody's looking to know that it's me.
Yeah, that's true. If maybe you missed a grass mowing session or some of your plants that should be alive are no longer alive. It really does it's a downer, and it just kind of makes you think, I've got all this work to do. to bring it back to what I want it to look like.
So we're talking about curb appeal today on the Renewal Home Show. We're going to give you the 5 things that you should do to increase the curb appeal at your home. First one is painting the house. You know, the paint over time, it just wears out over time. It becomes drab, and a lot of times it just doesn't look so good. So a quick, easy way to make your house look better is to paint it.
Absolutely, and this is something you shouldn't really necessarily skimp on. You should get some of the best paints available out there, and pick colors that are somewhat universal. I think maybe where you're not picking really weird colors, things that go well with your roof color and the color of the landscaping that you're selecting. So you can do it. It's a good bit of work, but it does really pay off with the overall curb appeal of your home.
Another thing that you can do is just plant some flowers. You know, the thing is that with our different seasons here in Florida, there's different flowers that you can plant that bloom at different times of year, and that color around the outside just makes the house look more inviting.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And although I'm not a horticulturalist or any sort of landscape expert, there are, really picking it through the plants that will bloom different times of year, as well as not die or not have to be planted a year after year. Those that can just keep on giving back, so you don't have to go through it all next year and the year after, really will make a big difference. And you'll have a seasonal look to your home where it will look good all 4 seasons of the year. Well, sort of 4 seasons in Florida.
I think we have 2, but either way, the seasons that we have here in Florida, what we do at my house is we actually have a specific area. It's up in the front of our driveway. It's an area where we've designed where we're going to change out those plants certain times throughout the year, so that way we make sure that they're blooming, so that way we have nice, fresh, colorful flowers. And then other parts of the landscape, we have it set where some will come in the spring and some will come in the fall, so that way we have color on the house throughout the entire year.
Yeah, that's really important to keep the overall look up, and to as the seasons change and as your kids are going back to school and all the types of things that you're going, and people are driving in and out around the holidays, people seeing your home, family coming over to see your home. It's really nice to have a landscape that looks great any time of year.
Next one on the list is painting or replacing your front door.
This is actually huge. People don't know how big a deal this could possibly be. Maybe you have the original door from when the house was built, if it was maybe a track home or a spec home. But if you just add some really nice color to the door, it will really make it kind of set off from the rest of the house. It'll make it snap, as they say in the industry. I don't say it too often, but it will make a big difference, and it does highlight some of the things, and it really highlights that door and draws attention to a really important part of the home, which is the front door, which is inviting people in. It really makes a difference when you pick a really great color for your front door.
Now, the next one on the list is replacing the windows, and it might not be one that people would typically think of when they think of curb appeal, but actually the windows are aesthetically a big look of the part of the front of the house.
Absolutely. I'm a window guy, of course, so I love this particular idea of replacing your windows. Very often, people only think of windows in terms of energy efficiency and just practical, ventilation or airflow, those type of things. But the right window really looks amazing if you replace it and the job is done well and it looks great, as well as add all the other benefits of not only looking so wonderful, but also energy efficiency, sound deadening, and just the overall look and efficiency of your home.
So when it comes to windows, because this is your specialty, it's Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. Well, tell us, who is that? Who is Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida?
Well, Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida is a branch of Renewal by Andersen, the national company. And Renewal by Andersen is a division of Andersen. Andersen is, of course, the best known window and door manufacturer in the country. They make the best windows and doors. They've always been an innovator. And with Renewal by Andersen, they set out to create the best window replacement company in the world, really. They wanted to come up with a different product, something that looked great, but also had all the efficiency and low maintenance of a less appealing window, maybe like a vinyl window or an aluminum window.
And so Renewal by Andersen is the window replacement division of Andersen Corporation.
That's it, exactly. They set out, and that's what really, I get excited about it because when you think of how good and how excellent Andersen is as a corporation, they were determined to make it. So we are Andersen here in Central Florida, delivering all the excellence that Andersen requires. We are the manufacturer, we are the distributor, we are the sales, we are the installation, we are the labor, we are the service. We do everything start to finish, and you can feel confident knowing that Renewal by Andersen and Andersen Corporate, for that matter, are there standing behind the work as well as the product done on the window replacement.
Now, why should somebody think about replacing their windows?
Well, in Florida, if you step outside right now, you will know that it is hot. And if you step outside 3 months from now, it will still be hot. So it is hot. And really, one of the biggest reasons that people think about replacing their window is energy efficiency. We're talking about curb appeal now, but I can't stay away from energy efficiency because it's so important. It costs more and more money every year to run our air conditionings to try to keep this cool air that we're working so hard to create in our house. And, if you have an older, inefficient window, like an aluminum single glazed window or a vinyl window where the seals have failed or something like that, you're trying to cool the outside, which is pretty difficult. You don't really realize it, but without a good, efficient window, you are just letting the cool air out and the warm air in.
Now, we sincerely appreciate our listeners and home improvement enthusiasts, so we're going to make a special right now to listeners only. You will not find this offer on our website or even on Google. This is a radio-only offer just for the first 7 callers. You're going to receive 30% off the windows of Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And it's not just the windows, it's also the installation, it's everything. It's the total package of window replacement. But you have to be quick because they're only the first 7 callers are going to get this offer. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, that's 888-713-7210. Now, if you call now, you can even delay the start of your project for 6 months. That is a super offer. The number's 888-713-7210. Now, some of our listeners are ready to get going on their window project, and some are really just beginning the process. Either way, you get the deal of the 30% off the windows and installation, but you have to call now. Number is 888-713-7210. So the process that people go through when they call Renewal by Andersen, how does it work?
Well, you just call the number that Jared just gave, and we will have an expert consultant come out. They'll come out and they'll listen to your ideas and the parts of the project that are really important to you. You may be one person may be more interested in how the windows look. The other person may be more interested in energy efficiency. Another person might want a new idea on what to do with a particular opening in the home. How can they make it look different? How can they make it look more appealing? And so we have expert consultants, and they'll come out to your house and give you all the ideas, and they'll be able to give you an estimate right then, right there, and that price will be good for a year. And then you, of course, get this great offer as well.
So they're going to give you a price. The price is good for 1 year. So even if you don't do it then, you can actually anytime throughout that year, that price will be good for.
That's absolutely correct. So a lot of people, they want the time to make a decision, the time to think about it, and to look at the design issues that they may be confronted with. And so it's really good to be able to offer that.
Now, we're talking curb appeal today. Why is a Renewal by Andersen window better than the rest?
Well, the biggest thing is, like I said, Renewal by Andersen is a branch of Andersen, and what they did is they have created this window that has all the look and feel of a painted wood window, but with the low maintenance and high energy efficiency of a vinyl window. So what they did is actually many years ago, they saw all the wood they were wasting in their wood window division, just throwing it away, and they came up with a composite material called Fibrex. Fibrex is the key component in this, as well as the superior glass that they use. But the Fibrex is stronger, more durable, and has the look of a painted wood window. And so you don't have that plasticky look of vinyl or the commercial-ish look of aluminum, and you really get a great product. And you don't have to worry about wood rotting in Florida and having seal failure because the wood is shifting and twisting and warping in the different weather conditions that we have.
Now let's talk about seal failure for a second, because you just mentioned it. A lot of times, you drive up to a house here in Florida, you look at the window, you can't even see in it. It seems like there's this darkness or haze over the window. What is that?
Well, what happened there is they switched from a single pane of glass to 2 panes of glass, and in between those 2 panes of glass, you have to keep moisture and temperature changes out. And so what happens when you've seen what we call seal failure is the seal around the window between those 2 pieces of glass has failed, and it's allowing moisture to get in. And when you're air conditioning the outside and the inside, and the outside is hot, you're creating condensation in there. I've seen standing water inside those just from the condensation over the years.
So what causes the seal failure?
Well, a couple of things. One is a poorly made laminated or insulated glass. You have the 2 pieces of glass, and if it's not built just to the highest specifications and tolerances, then that seal is not going to do well. There's type of glazing that don't work well in Florida. Glazings like boot glazings, they don't work very well in Florida. Another thing is the vinyl frame of a window, if it is vinyl, may not be strong enough to support the weight of the glass. So as you operate it or move it in and out or up and down, they start to twist or buckle, and that glass will fail and it'll start to twist, and so you'll just get that seal failed in there, and all this stuff starts to happen.
So why does the Renewal by Andersen window not have that same issue?
Well, one of the biggest things is just the absolute high standards that Andersen has and that Renewal by Andersen has. They have the best glass available, and they actually build the glass in an argon chamber. So there's no pumping gas in, or no pumping this inert argon gas in, which is a key component in the insulation. It is actually built inside a chamber, and then it's sealed inside that chamber, so there's never a penetration, there's never that potential leak happening. And then it's put inside this incredible product called Fibrex, where it is strong enough and it is durable enough, as well as good looking enough, but it holds that glass. It's got plenty of strength and durability to make sure that the glass itself doesn't shift inside the frame and cause it to fail. So it is the lowest rate of seal failure that I've ever heard of.
Now, if you are thinking about replacing your windows, there's one company to use. It's Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. If you want the Fibrex Renewal by Andersen window, you go direct to Renewal by Andersen through Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And we're having a special for the first 7 callers who call today, and it's 30% off the windows and installation. But you have to be quick. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, that's 888-713-7210. If you call now, you can even delay the start of the project for 6 months. It is a super offer, 888-713-7210. Now, some of you guys are ready to replace your window right now. Others, you want to wait till later on. That's okay. You can still get the special by dialing 888-713-7210. You can also visit the website renewalbyandersen.com. When we see windows here, a lot of times we just see, a regular single glaze, single hung window. But Renewal by Andersen, you guys make a lot of different styles.
That's right. That's one thing dealing really with curb appeal is you can change the style of window from something not very exciting, perhaps like a single hung window. You could go to a double hung, which is really could improve the ventilation in your home. You could go to a glider. If you have a really big opening, a gliding window is absolutely beautiful because it allows large glass in the middle so you can see out. So if you have something you want to overlook, a lake, a beautiful backyard, the woods, whatever it may be, you could go with one of these big gliders and it would allow you to do that. And then traditionally, my favorite window has been a casement window. You don't see them too much in Florida anymore, but it's the kind that crank out as well. These are also good in large openings. They allow for a lot of versatility. And then, of course, they're just many varieties of specialty windows, circle top windows, round windows, hex or pentagon windows. There's just a lot of options that you could choose from.
Now, so many people don't open their windows because they're hard to open or difficult to open. Now, you had said something. You had said a gliding window. I've always heard it as a sliding window. but Renewal by Andersen makes it gliding. And I got to say, the first time that I went over and tried to use it, I can see why they call it a gliding instead of a sliding. Man, it just opens so easily.
It absolutely does. Traditionally, the sliding windows have sort of had a little bit of a negative connotation to them because they do get hard to operate over the years. But with the style and the design and the engineering that Renewal by Andersen has come up with, it does absolutely glide. It is very simple and very easy to operate. You can get excellent ventilation along with that great view that I was talking about. Just a really great option for many different openings in the home, and it absolutely operates like butter.
Now, what about the warranty? We talk here a lot about warranties at this show and the importance of making sure that a product is installed properly. What kind of warranty does Renewal by Andersen put on their windows?
Well, Renewal by Andersen warranty is really second to none. It has a 20-year warranty on the glass, so if any sort of issue with that. It also has 20 years on the Fibrex, on the actual material that the frame is built in. It has 10 years on all the hardware. But one thing that Renewal by Andersen does that nobody else does is that they warranty the installation for 2 years, and then that's corporate, and then Central Florida, Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida, will warranty the installation as long as you own the home.
So, and the thing is about the installation versus the window, so many times when you're dealing with other manufacturers, there's the manufacturer, and then there's the local distributor, and then there's the local installer. And so if something goes wrong, a lot of times they're pointing fingers at the other one saying, oh, it's not the installation, it's how it's made, or it's not how it's made, it's how it was shipped, or it's all of that. And with Renewal by Andersen, there's just one place that's responsible. It's Renewal by Andersen.
That's it, exactly. So you definitely get that finger pointing a lot. Even some of the big box stores or some of the smaller local companies, what you have is they order the window from somebody else, then they hire some subcontractor to install it, and nobody takes the responsibility for if there is a potential issue. Well, with Renewal by Andersen, we absolutely own it all. We own the manufacturing, the distribution, the sales, the installation. It is probably the best feature about dealing with Renewal by Andersen is that we are the only ones that you ever have to ask a question to. You don't have to go hunt down a subcontractor or a distributor or a shipping company because we will do it. We will do it right, but if there was some sort of error made, we are the ones that you call and ask, and we are the ones that will make it right.
In Renewal by Andersen, the replacement window division of Andersen Corporation has been around a long time, but Andersen itself in business over 100 years.
That's right, 113 years they've been around, and they have been innovators the entire way when it comes to windows and doors in the home improvement industry. They've just done an incredible job, and so you have 113 years of history and 113 years of integrity backing up the products that you purchase with Renewal by Andersen.
Now, you can have the best product in the world, but if it's put in the hands of a butcher who doesn't know what they're doing, then the product just isn't very good. What are some of the things that Renewal by Andersen does to make sure that the installation is done well?
Well, the biggest thing we do is train our installers. We have installers, and they are trained to the highest standards. First of all, we hire the best people, and then we train them to the highest standards. And then we also have a quality control guy that goes out and makes sure everything is done correctly. One of the things that I guess it doesn't directly relate to the installation, but one thing that we do is we protect your property. We really care about a homeowner's property because, as we said, people work really hard, and it's one of the biggest investments they're ever going to make. So we work really hard to make sure that your inside and outside of the property is protected during installation, and then we do the absolute best job that can be done for the installation.
Yeah, curb appeal is what we're talking about today. And so curb appeal matters. So if you do all those other things that we talked about to make the curb appeal nice on the house, and then you have your windows replaced and the installation company comes in and tears up all your landscaping, then that curb appeal has gone out the door.
That's right, and just a whole new list of projects at that point. Well, with Renewal by Andersen, you don't have to worry about that. We are absolutely going to take care of your property. It's really important to us, and we're going to do the best job possible.
So to go over 5 ways to increase curb appeal: 1, paint the house; 2, plant some flowers; 3, paint or replace the front door; 4, replace the windows. And the 5th one, cut back those trees and shrubs. Trimmed trees make the outside of the house just look nicer. 1, because your home is your castle. And also, increasing curb appeal increases the value of the home. As we said earlier, your house is a lot of times the largest purchase that people are going to make. So you want to take care of it and make sure that the maintenance and curb appeal is done right. And again, we have an offer today for all of our listeners. If you're thinking about doing replacing the windows as one of these curb appeal projects, then we want you to call Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And there is a special that they are having just for our listeners. And it's 30% off your windows and installation. But you have to be fast. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. Now, we know that some of you are ready to replace your windows today, and that's okay. Go ahead and call that number, 888-713-7210. But others of you, you're just starting the process. Maybe you're just hearing the show for the first time, and you're like, wow, I didn't even think about replacing my windows. I can't necessarily do it right now, but maybe 3 months from now, maybe 6 months from now. Well, Renewal by Andersen, they're going to give you a price that's good for a year, and you can use this special, the 30% off, you can use for up to 6 months. All you have to do is call right now, 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. Now, Renewal by Andersen has the best solutions for Florida homeowners. We're going to come out and work with you and discover what is perfect for your situation. And so you can also check out the website. It's renewalbyandersen.com. Well, this show, Renewal by Andersen, the Renewal Home Show, we have come to the end of this segment. Jim, thanks so much for spending this time with us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great.
And you, our great Florida listener, continue to listen to the Renewal Home Show. Thanks for listening. Take care. God bless.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Donald Trump is out to make the case he's ready to be commander-in-chief, laying out military plans this morning in Philadelphia, saying he'd ask generals for a plan to defeat and destroy ISIS. Also,
as soon as I take office, I'll ask Congress to fully eliminate defense sequester, and we'll submit a new budget to rebuild our military. He's going to go into detail about how to pay for that this morning. We can reduce the size of the federal bureaucracy through responsible workforce attrition.
Fox's John Roberts. Tonight in New York City, Trump and Hillary Clinton both talking about national security at a commander-in-chief forum.
We've had a bit of a back and forth between the two campaigns about which candidate has more generals and admirals endorsing him or her. And Hillary Clinton says that Trump's visit to Mexico a week ago was an embarrassing international incident.
Fox's Mike Emanuel. And in the Charleston church shooting murder trial, 600 prospective jurors ordered to report in January. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Hey, it's me, your car. No, it's not the voice of your car phone or your GPS that gives you driving directions. I'm sorry to interrupt your tunes, but we need to talk. Take a look around. I'm not the new car I used to be. The season's dirt and mud really did a number on my carpet here. And that iced coffee you spilled, that didn't help. And with the rain showers and all, I know it's going to be a real mud bath in here. So do me a favor and get a set of WeatherTech floor liners. Got it? Now, how about a wash and detail? What do you say?
WeatherTech floor liners and cargo liners keep your vehicle's carpet safe from spills and messes. Made of the highest quality materials and laser measured, WeatherTech floor liners are specifically designed for your vehicle. And they're made in America. If it could talk, your vehicle would thank you. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech. Complete protection, completely American made.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines of the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. July was another positive month for peanut usage. It was up 4.6% for July and ended the year with a 3.8% increase overall. All categories except peanut butter showed a positive increase. Peanut butter usage declined only 0.3%. The big winner was peanut usage in snacks, up almost 20%. Peanut candy usage ended up in a positive, but July consumption was slightly down. USDA has predicted a 2.3% increase in the peanuts being used in America this past year, but the industry has posted a 3.8%. Another positive was the government purchases. They're doing well, buying peanut butter and roasted peanuts. That volume is up 29.4%. And in July, Shellers milled 368 million pounds, 7.7% more than July of last year.
Hey, produce farmers, listen up. You know me. It's Nathan the Nematode, and I'm your biggest problem. That's because me and millions of my little friends are below ground right now, getting ready to feast on the roots of your crops. And we know you're having a hard time stopping us. So while you're searching for solutions, we're gorging on the season's harvest and
At approximately 4:25 p.m. today, Nathan the Nematode and millions of fellow nematodes were pronounced dead thanks to Magistine, a powerful yet worker-friendly bionematicide. Apply Magistine pre-plant or every 3 to 4 weeks right up to harvest to improve your crop. Magistine controls yield-robbing nematodes and soil pests to deliver stronger, healthier roots and robust yields. The effective, worker-friendly, and sustainable Magistine just might be a lifeline for your crops. Goodbye, nematodes. Hello, Magistine. Get yours today. Visit goodbyenematodes.com or call your local supplier. That's goodbyenematodes.com.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7